Hello everyone, welcome to another video tutorial. Today we will be showing you how to configure a router to send Syslog events to an NXLog platform through the use of an NXLog agent. As you may probably already know, most of the routers cannot install any software on it, cannot install the NXLog server or the NXLog agent, sorry. And then we need to deploy the agentless mode. So the router will be sending the logs to an NXLog agent, and then the NXLog agent will be forwarding the events or the log events to the NXLog platform. Okay, so a quick review about the network topology. We'll have three devices here that we will be interacting. First, the OpenWRT router. This is an open source router. If you have never heard of it before, you can go to their website. It's openwrt.org. A really strong and open source router. This router will have the IP address 192.168.29.161/24. Okay, so the three devices are on the very same subnet, no routing required. The second device will be a Linux server down here, the one with the IP address ending in 171. And this will be the agent, the NXLog agent, which will be receiving the logs, the Syslog event from the router, and then it will forward the events to the third device on the right on this topology. This is another Linux server which has the NXLog platform running, and the IP address is ending in 140. Okay, so this is the full network topology, and we are also using a layer 2 switch, so it's just for providing basic connectivity, no routing performed here. Okay, so first let's take a look at the router configuration. We have basically two configuration files to take a look. The first one is /etc/conf/network, and as you can imagine, we can see here the basic addressing and networking configuration, the IP address, the mask, the default gateway, and the DNS we are using. And the other file we need to take a look is /etc/config/system. And on this file, we will be configuring, it's actually already configured, the information to send Syslog events. Okay, so we will be sending this log to the IP ending in 171. If we go here again, you can see the 171 is the NXLog agent. And I have increased a bit the logging level to 7. That's the debug level, so we can receive events kind of quickly when we take a look about this, if it's working and how it works. Okay, so we have already configured the router. Now we can go to the NXLog platform. We see that we have already the agent and role, so we will define a configuration to achieve what we want to achieve. Okay, so first we will go to the configuration template. Okay, we will create a new configuration template. We can name it router logs, and here we can define what we want to do. Okay, so we said we would like this agent to be able to do two things basically. First, receive logs, Syslog events from the router. Okay, so on the search, we search for Syslog, and we can see that under the collect from, we can see there is a Syslog UDP, okay, the standard Syslog. So we will drag this to the collect from. Okay, so this is now automatically turned orange. What does it mean? It means it's expecting some basic configuration. We cannot leave it like this. We have to configure the basic configuration. So if we click here, we can see first the addressing that we want this agent to be listening on. This is the default port 1514. We will change it to the default Syslog server, which is 514, and we need to define a name for this rule. Okay, we can define a rule like IM router logs, for instance. Can be anything that we want. Okay, So we have to save it here. And then the other thing we want to do, or we want this agent to do, is once it receives the logs, it should forward them to the platform, okay, the NXLog platform. So here we can do a quick search, platform, and send to, we can see there is already an NXLog platform here, so we can also drag it. And this GUI will allow us to do a basic configuration really easily, okay? If we actually want to take a look at this configuration in the text format, okay, so we can see what this configuration, this GUI has performed. We can see it define an input module, okay, an input rule that it will be listening, the agent will be listening on all of its IP addresses on port 514. It's going to parse at the Syslog, the standard Syslog formatting, okay, and this will be sent to a relay, so it will be sent to the platform on the default port 1514, and authentication will be performed using the usual certificates, okay? And finally, we have a route that says, if you receive a log from this router, please send it to the platform, okay? So we can now save this configuration, and once we have saved it, we have to apply it to the agent, okay? You can see here that there is no template applied yet, so we can click on these three dots, and we only have to assign a configuration to these agents, okay? Once we click here, it will say, hey, please select what's the template that you want to apply. So we will use router logs, that's the one that we just defined. We click on save it, so now we have a template applied, and finally what we have to do is restart the agent so all the changes are applied, okay? Once we have done all of this, first, let me show you how can we verify if we are actually receiving Syslog events from the router, okay? I have created a small tcpdump here. Let me see, it's this line, tcp home test shell tcp, okay? So this TCP line, well, let me show you what it has inside. This line will be actually capturing or monitoring the network interface, okay? It will be listening for ports destination 514. This is the Syslog port, and we want to just to see the traffic coming from the router, right? The 161 is the router, okay? This one here, okay? So if we run this TCP command, tcpdump, sorry, command, then if we force the router to generate some traffic, let's say we go here and we try to do an SSH to the local host, so I will try to do an SSH to the router itself, and I will try to forcibly, intentionally introduce a wrong password, okay? We can see here that bad password attempt for root is being actually logged. These are the actual Syslog events received by the agent from the router, okay? So this can confirm that we are actually sending the logs to the agent, and the agent is actually receiving, okay? And once we verify this, we can actually go to the platform, and here we can see, if we go to the agents, okay, first we can see that the platform is actually, well, the input and the output are running, okay? Here we can see that both modules are running, okay? And besides that, we can see that actually events are being received. We can see it here and here, that the events were received by the agent and then forward to the platform, okay? So this can verify that the events are actually being received by the platform, okay? One more thing, if let's say we want to, we don't go to the agents, we check the router logs, the template we created, and let's say, okay, besides this, I want to receive these logs on a file, okay? We can search here for a file, and send to file. Okay, we can drag it here. Should do it properly, sorry. Now it's okay. Again, it's orange. Why? Because it's expecting us to say, hey, where do you want to store this file? Okay, let's say store it on TMP router logs demo. Okay, txt. It's single quote. Okay, and we have to put a name here. We can leave it as by default, but we can say router logs. We save it, save the configuration, and we have to apply this new template to the agent. Okay, so we will first update the configuration, then we need to restart the agent service. Okay, everything is good, it's online again, it's configured, so we can now generate some traffic again. But before doing that, we can go to the actual agent. It's not this one, it's this one, the one with the hostname agent, and we can do a tail for the TMP router log demo. That's the file we created. It's logs demo. There you go. Okay, so we'll leave it running there, and we will then generate some traffic. Okay, let's do another SSH. Oh, probably you can see it down here. It's already receiving the logs. Let's fail the password again. Let's introduce it a wrong password, and again we can see the events logs that are being actually recorded also to the file, to the local file on the agent. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let us know if you have any questions, or if you would like us to do another video tutorial, and we will happily do it. And do not hesitate to contact us at nxlog.co. Thank you very much for your time. See you.